Let's end this properly. You don't lose women because you're not good enough. You lose them because you try to secure them too fast. You grip, you rush, you chase the outcome like it's oxygen, and attraction suffocates under pressure. The moment you need her to validate you, you've already handed over your power. And Stoicism is about one thing above all else: self-command. Not controlling her, not manipulating the vibe, not mastering game. Mastering yourself, because when you control your reactions, your pace, your need for approval, you become unshakable. And unshakable is rare. Most men wobble the second there's uncertainty. She replies late, they spiral. She teases them, they get defensive. She pulls back, they chase harder. That's emotional reactivity, and it screams insecurity. Calm men don't react. They observe, they adjust, or they walk away. That's it. And here's the line that changes everything. The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. Marcus Aurelius. If your thoughts are, "Don't mess this up. I hope she likes me. I need this to work," your body will betray you. But if your thoughts are, "I'll show up well. If it flows, great. If not, I'm still good," your energy shifts instantly. You don't look like you're trying. You look centered. And when you're centered, you don't force. You don't over-text. You don't over-explain. You don't chase someone who's half-interested. You hold your frame. And here's the powerful part. When you stop chasing validation from women, women start responding differently. Because you're no longer leaking need. You're no longer subtly asking to be chosen. You've already chosen yourself. That's the energy shift. From hungry, grounded. From reactive, steady. From please like me, I like me. And once you move like that, rejection doesn't shake you. Silence doesn't scare you. Mixed signals don't pull you into chaos. You become calm in the middle of uncertainty. And calm is attractive. Not loud confidence. Not fake alpha nonsense. Calm. So here's the challenge. Next time you walk up to someone you're attracted to, don't try to win her. Don't try to impress her. Just practice composure. Slow down. Speak clearly. Leave first. Let her wonder. Because attraction grows in space, not pressure. If this hit you, and you know you've been trying too hard, come on, calm over chase. And subscribe. Because we're not here to teach you how to impress people. We're here to teach you how to stop leaking your power. Move steady. Stay grounded. Let them come toward you. That's Stoicism. And that's how you flirt without ever looking like you're trying. You wake up tired. Even though you slept. Not physically tired. Emotionally drained. Before your brain even fully switches on, your hand reaches for your phone. You don't even think about it. It's automatic. Notifications. Instagram. WhatsApp. His name. Or worse, no message from him. And suddenly your stomach drops. It's mad, isn't it? How one tiny screen controls your mood before 8 a.m. You tell yourself you're not that girl. You tell your friends you're chill now. You say you're focusing on yourself. But you still check if he viewed your story. You still notice when he's online and not replying. You still feel that tiny sting when he posts and doesn't text you. And you hate that it affects you. You hate that you care. So you pretend you don't. You act unbothered. You leave his message on read for 6 minutes just to feel powerful. You rehearse texts in your notes app so you don't sound too much. You shrink your personality so you don't scare him off. You don't ask for reassurance because you don't want to look needy. But inside, you're spiraling. You overthink every tone change, every emoji, every hello. You reread old conversations like they're evidence in court. You wonder if you were too emotional, too intense, too available, too honest. You wonder if that other girl is calmer, prettier, less dramatic. You compare yourself to women who don't even know you exist. And you don't say any of this out loud, because you don't want to look insecure. So instead you say you're just tired. But what you actually are is anxious. You're addicted to the highs. When he's warm, you're glowing. When he's distant, you're collapsing. Your mood shouldn't swing based on a man's attention, but it does. And that's the part that scares you, because it makes you feel out of control. You cancel plans just in case he calls. You keep your schedule flexible so you're always available. You pretend you're okay with seeing where it goes, even though deep down you want clarity. You want consistency. You want to feel chosen without begging to be. But instead of asking for that, you adapt. You adjust. You overgive. You send the long paragraphs. You apologize first. You smooth things over. You carry the emotional weight of the whole connection. And when it ends, you don't just lose him. You lose the fantasy, the future you imagined, the version of you that felt wanted. So you spiral harder. You replay everything. You stalk more. You promise yourself you won't text. And then you text. And afterwards, you feel weak. Not because you loved, but because you reacted. You hate that your emotions run ahead of your dignity. And here's the real kicker. It's not even about him anymore. It's about the fact that you don't trust yourself to stay steady. That's what hurts. That's what feels scary. Because if you can't control your reactions, how are you supposed to build a calm life? And this is where most women stay stuck. Not because they're crazy. All right, let's slow this down. Because what's happening to you isn't random. It's not because you're crazy. And it's definitely not because you're too emotional. It's wiring. When someone pulls away, your body doesn't react like it's just a text delay. It reacts like you're about to lose safety. That's not dramatic. That's biology. If you grew up having to earn love, by being good, quiet, helpful, impressive, low maintenance, your nervous system learned something dangerous. Love can leave. I must perform to keep it. So now when a guy goes cold, your brain goes into alert mode. You don't think, oh, he's just busy. You think, I'm about to be abandoned. And the wild part? You don't even consciously realize that's what's happening. You just feel the anxiety, the urge to fix it, the urge to text again, the urge to smooth it over. That's not weakness. That's a survival response. Now let's talk about dopamine. When someone is hot and cold, sweet one day, distant the next, your brain gets hooked. Consistency is calm. Inconsistency is addictive. It's the same pattern casinos use. You don't win every time. You win randomly, and random rewards create obsession. So when he pulls away and then suddenly gives you attention again, your brain lights up. Relief, excitement, hope. It feels intense. It feels electric. You mistake that intensity for love, but it's just a cycle. Anxiety, attention, relief, repeat. That's why you can't just move on. You're not just missing him. You're detoxing. And when you're detoxing, your brain will try to convince you to go back. It'll romanticize the good parts. It'll downplay the disrespect. It'll say maybe he just needed space, because your brain wants the dopamine hit again. Now here's where Stoicism steps in. Stoicism isn't about being cold or shutting down your feelings. It's about separating what you feel from what you do. You can feel anxious. You can feel jealous. You can miss him, but you don't have to react. Marcus Aurelius didn't control the Roman Empire. By reacting emotionally to everything, he controlled himself. And that's the part nobody glamorizes. The pause, the gap between feeling and action. That gap is your power. Right now, your problem isn't that you feel too much. It's that you act too fast. You feel insecure, you text. You feel jealous, you stalk. You feel ignored, you over-explain. There's no space. No discipline between the emotion and the behavior. And without that space, you are owned. Owned by your fears. Owned by your attachment. Owned by whoever triggers you. That's why one controlled hour matters. Because when you deliberately choose not to react, when you sit with the discomfort instead of soothing it with validation, you're rewiring yourself. You're teaching your nervous system. Being ignored is not death. Discomfort is not danger. I can survive this feeling. And slowly your body starts to calm down. Right, enough theory. Here's what you actually do. Not tomorrow. Not when you feel ready. Today. 5 steps. 1 hour, no drama. 1. Protect the first hour like it's sacred. No phone, not even, just to check the time. You wake up and your brain is soft, suggestible, open. If the first thing you feed it is his profile, unread messages, or comparison, you've already handed your mood to someone else. So you don't touch it. You sit up, you breathe, you feel the discomfort. Yes, it will itch. You'll want to check. You'll feel restless. Good. That's the addiction leaving your system. This one rule alone will change your emotional stability faster than therapy quotes ever will. 2. Move your body until your mind shuts up. You are not allowed to lie in bed spiraling. Get up. Walk outside. Do squats in your room. Clean your kitchen like you're pissed off. Anxiety is physical energy. If you don't burn it, it turns into overthinking. You don't need a perfect gym routine. You need movement. Because when your body is working, your brain has less space to obsess. You're not running from feelings. You're regulating your nervous system. And that's powerful. 3. Write the truth you've been avoiding. Grab a notebook. Answer this. If he never comes back, what am I actually afraid of? Not the surface answer. Go deeper. Are you scared you're not lovable? Scared you wasted time? Scared you'll be alone? Scared someone else will be chosen over you? Write it raw. No filters. No pretending you're unbothered. When you see the fear on paper, it loses some of its control. Most of your anxiety isn't about him. It's about what his absence says about you. And once you see that, you stop chasing him and start healing yourself. 4. Practice the 10-minute delay rule. Anytime you feel triggered, you wait. He posts something. Wait. He replies dry. Wait. You want to send that emotional paragraph? Wait. Set a timer for 10 minutes. You are not allowed to respond while emotional. This is where discipline builds self-respect. Because most of the texts you regret, they were sent in the first 3 minutes of panic. You don't need to suppress your feelings. You just need to slow them down. Power isn't in reacting fast. It's in choosing when to respond. And once you master this, you stop embarrassing yourself. 5. Do one thing that builds you, not the relationship. Every single day during that hour, do something that upgrades you. Apply for something. Study. Work on your body. Fix your CV. Read 10 pages of something that sharpens your mind. Not for him, for you. Because here's the shift. When your life gets bigger, he gets smaller. When your self-respect grows, your desperation shrinks. You stop obsessing over who's choosing you, because you're too busy choosing yourself. That's the real glow-up. Not revenge body, not posting better selfies. Internal strength. 1 hour of discipline daily builds a woman who doesn't panic when someone pulls away. And once you become her, here's where it changes. Not overnight, not in some dramatic new year, new me way. It shifts quietly. One morning you wake up, and you don't reach for your phone. Not because you're forcing yourself, but because you don't need to. That's when you know something inside you is different. You still think about him sometimes. You're not a robot. But the thought doesn't punch you in the chest anymore. It passes, like a cloud. Before, your emotions dragged you around. Now you observe them. That's the shift. You stop chasing closure. You stop rehearsing conversations in your head. You stop needing the last word. You realize something powerful. Silence is strength. You don't rush to explain yourself anymore. If someone misunderstands you, you let them. If someone pulls away, you let them. Not because you don't care, but because you finally understand this. You cannot force someone to value you, and begging for clarity from someone who thrives in confusion, that's self-betrayal. So you stop. You stop sending paragraphs at midnight. You stop checking his last scene. You stop analyzing who followed who. You start protecting your energy like it's money. Before, you were leaking it everywhere. Overthinking, stalking, imagining, comparing. Now, you invest it into your body, your work, your friendships, your peace, and something wild happens. The anxiety that used to sit in your chest all day, it fades. Because anxiety needs chaos to survive, and you're not chaotic anymore. You're steady. You don't react instantly. You don't panic instantly. You don't assume the worst instantly. You pause. That pause changes your entire aura. You walk into rooms calmer. You speak slower. You don't overshare your feelings to prove you're deep. You don't flirt for validation. You don't need to be the cool girl who pretends nothing bothers her. You're just grounded. And here's the part nobody tells you. When you stop chasing, people feel it. Not because you're playing games, but because you're not available for emotional chaos anymore. You're not hooked by hot and cold behavior. You don't get high off breadcrumbs. You don't respond to inconsistency with more effort. You respond with distance. Calm distance. That's when the power dynamic flips. But this isn't about winning him back. It's about winning yourself back. The version of you who doesn't beg. The version of you who doesn't compete. The version of you who doesn't measure her worth by how quickly someone replies. You stop needing reassurance every 5 minutes. You start trusting your own stability. You realize, even if he leaves, I'll be fine. Even if he chooses someone else, I'll be fine. Even if I have to start again, I'll be fine. That confidence doesn't come from affirmations. It comes from discipline, from sitting in discomfort daily and surviving it, from not reacting when you want to react, from choosing dignity over dopamine. And once you taste that kind of self-control, all right, babe, this is where we lock it in. All the tears, all the late nights, all the spiraling, all the anxiety, all the texts you deleted before sending because you knew they were desperate, all the comparing yourself to other girls, all the people-pleasing, all the pretending you're fine. When your chest is tight and your stomach is twisting, all of it ends here. Not because the world changes, not because he finally gets it, not because someone validates you. It ends because you choose to end it. You choose control over chaos. You choose dignity over desperation. You choose yourself over the illusion of being chosen. Because let's be real, the world doesn't owe you calm. It doesn't owe you respect. It doesn't owe you the comfort of people behaving how you want. The only thing the world owes you is you. And that's exactly why 1 hour matters. Because when you can control 1 hour, you start controlling one morning, then one afternoon, then one day, then 1 week, and suddenly your entire life shifts. You stop giving your power away to people who don't deserve it. You stop leaking your energy into conversations that drain you. You stop explaining yourself to people who would rather misunderstand than understand. You stop letting your happiness hinge on someone else's attention. You start seeing the truth. The girl who cried herself to sleep over him. The girl who triple texted. The girl who obsessed over his last like on Instagram. The girl who over-apologized and shrunk herself so people wouldn't leave. She's still there, but she's no longer in charge. She watches. She breathes. She feels. But she doesn't react. That's the turning point. And babe, here's the best part. Once you reach that point, you stop needing to control outcomes. You stop needing him to act a certain way. You stop needing anyone to validate your worth, because you already do. You already know your value isn't in being chosen. Your value isn't in being liked. Your value isn't in being enough for someone else. It's in showing up for yourself. It's in protecting your energy. It's in sitting with your feelings without losing your power. It's in being steady when the world expects you to panic. This is the real glow up. Not Instagram captions, not revenge posts, not new outfits or a new guy, not "I'm fine" texts you send to prove it. The real glow up is internal. It's invisible. It's silent. It's unshakable. And here's the raw truth most women never hear. People will notice it. They might not say it. They might not admit it. But your calm, grounded energy, it commands attention. Not because you're flashy. Not because you're loud. Not because you make a scene. Because your energy says one thing. I'm steady. I'm in control. I'm not chasing. I'm not begging. I don't leak my power. That energy is magnetic. That energy is unstoppable. That energy is stoic in real life. So if you're still scrolling, still feeling desperate, still spiraling, stop.